Wah, wah, wah. Oh, we're live. I didn't even know.
Hey, it's the Lori and Tracy show.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of our weekly Mama Chat. I'm here. You're here. I made it. I didn't know. I hit, right? We're live. Yeah, I did. Hi. I hit go live, and then usually there's a little countdown.
Yeah, that's right. I know. That's why I did my little song right then. I didn't think it was on.
Hi, everybody. How are you, Tracy? Hi.
I'm doing okay. I actually had my second vaccination last week, and I'm happy to report I had sort of average response to it, which is good because that means your immune system is nice and fighting.
Yeah, and after everything you've been through, that was probably I'm sure, on your mind, like, what's it going to do? Am I going to have that good response? Am I going to have too much of a response?
Absolutely. And I've had a history of crazy reactions sometimes to chemo and all kinds of crazy drugs. So it was a little worrisome, but I made it through. And then I just relaxed completely afterwards. I just literally fell in the bed for 2 days. No expectations from anyone or myself to myself. So that was actually, I looked forward to that. That was good.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that you made it through, and I'm glad that you're here with us and not feeling, icky or anything. Because we had last week off, right? We didn't. Yeah, it was Mylan's birthday last week. I have a 15-year-old.
15.
So crazy, you guys. There's a lot.
And everyone from our group of parents and kids that we saw every day and got together with, all of them are turning 15, one after the other. Yeah. So I've been slowly talking to a lot of people from our past and crying a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you. Is that your dog?
That was my dog. She's so happy right now that she does this thing where she rolls on the ground. Could you hear that?
Oh my God, yes. And I didn't know, because I can't hear out of this ear, and this one's a little suspect. So I couldn't tell if it was like feedback out of I didn't know where it was coming from. Sometimes it feels like sounds are coming from over here. So
yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your lovely moment of memory and reminiscing but I was like, what the hell is that noise? And it's
the dog enjoying the energy of the live show.
Very happy, guys. Those were happy sounds.
Yes. And she's on her back and the legs are out. She's like, ah, rah, 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 like that. It's adorable.
I can totally see it. I can.
So tell me how it was on the birthday. How was it for everybody? How were you feeling? Was Maya Luna excited?
Well, at this age, it's much more about the fact that I'm so excited and everything. And she's just like, okay, relax. Like, you need to just calm down. My Capricorn, so she's very subdued. She's not like a big fanfare kind of kid, unless she's making the fanfare. But we had a lovely, lovely birthday. It's still quarantine-ish around here. So she did see a friend that weekend. They walked into town and grabbed a coffee and, sat outside in the backyard, which was nice because, you need to get that connection time. But honestly, my memory is so bad that I can't even remember what I did a week ago. So I can't actually tell you much.
You drove somewhere for the day, like outside of town. The day before.
We did. We went on. Yes, that's right. You know what? It was that's right. Sorry.
Day trip. I'm glad I'm here.
I'm sorry. I can't remember anything. We're doing this. The pandemic parenting event started. And so everything in the last few days is such a blur. And if you guys aren't signed up, I'll post the link in a bit, but go to, you just go on my Facebook page. You'll find the links. The pandemic, we started, what's today? Wednesday. We started yesterday, but those last few days, getting everything ready and things getting lost and things being late, and you're like, what's going on? And we're just falling apart. Exactly. So there was a lot of that. And then sneaking away, birthday time was very much, and then the weather did not cooperate that's what happened. The weather was, it's been a crazy few weeks, but go sign up for the pandemic parenting event. I'm really excited about this because I'm doing something kind of like, just when we get on here and talk about the stuff that we've gone through as parents. This event has a section, it's not just a learning summit where you go on and you listen to a bunch of people with, their expert advice kind of thing. We're doing the Parent Stories series. So, and this, you helped me with this and you were on some of those recordings, but the feedback from people watching the stories has been so amazing to see, because I did this. I wanted to just interview parents. I'm just like, stop talking to people. We know what to do. We know we're supposed to be empathetic. We know we're supposed to do all these things. But what does it look like in real life? Like, what does it look like in your house? What did it look like because of how you grew up? Did you grow up in a religious family that had a lot of restrictions? Did you grow up with a lot of shame or trauma? Like all these different things. And it's just really exciting to see. I mean, it's the first round that we did, but I'm going to be doing more and posting them on YouTube as well. But go sign up for the pandemic, stopspanking.org. Just go to my Facebook page. Like I said, I'll post the link after, but it's just there's lots of valuable things. Last night we did a live event with Dr. George Davis, who works with in the juvenile system. And he talked about delinquency and how to prevent it and all these different things. And it's just a really lovely series that we put together. And, but that's what I don't remember. I mean, that's not really why I don't remember anything, but that's why my brain is a little segmented this week. And then right before we got on, a big storm came through. Like everything got dark. And I thought that my power always goes out at this house. So I was afraid that the power was going to go out. And kind of like my moods, like everything's like, whoa, everything's so exciting. And then the next thing you're like, what's happening? And then you're like, okay, I'm back. Because it's back. It's fine now outside. It's not like totally sunny, but it's not like winds were going 65 miles an hour and hail was coming through. So.
Oh, I'm feeling more connected to you because even though I'm in California and it's usually sunny when it's crazy dark with you, but today we're sort of in the same weather.
Oh, are we?
That's nice. Yeah.
It's and it's warm, so that's plus.
Yeah. But a little overcast and windy and such.
So, and changing. That's
changes
nice.
You.
The weather needs to be warm.
It's getting there. Wait, don't have it to come fast.
You vote for the world, though. It just needs to be. Why can't the whole world? No, I'm just kidding, obviously, but I really do better when it's not cold temperatures. I realized that, of course, living in California for 14 years, I didn't realize until I left how much that really did suit me. I really liked that weather. It's been hard these last few years to be through a winter and these long winters. It's weird. I don't know if you guys there's so many different, we have people from all around the world that watch sometimes, which is kind of cool. Like it's winter going into fall in Australia, right? Down under their fall season. So they're getting ready for the chilly weather, I guess. Opposite. I'm like, bring on the warm. And they're like, okay, we're snuggling up for, cocoa, coffee, whatever, tea. What's your preference?
Tea. Thank you.
You have some goodies, speaking of tea, don't you?
I do. Wait, I have to tell you something, though, first. Nevin just was recently speaking to me, being born and raised in California. He's like, I would like to live in a place where there's seasons. He said, I really feel like it would be enriching to my life. It would, be marking of the different times, because sometimes it feels like it's just all 1 year. Like there's nothing marking it.
That's true. I mean, the grass is always greener, right? I know I missed thunderstorms. Oh my goodness, we lost Tracy. Maybe she's having a thunderstorm. I missed thunderstorms when I was gone. Tracy is gone, and now it's just me and you guys. Is anybody here? I'm sorry, I should have looked at the comments because we have some people watching. We'll see if Tracy comes back. She lost her internet. So if you're here and you're watching, she's back. Say hi in the comments and let us know that you're here. She's there, but she's like a white screen. I don't know if she's really there.
Here. I'm here.
Hi, you are here.
How
And
crazy.
Oh,
good.
I'm out.
I know. All of a sudden, it literally just turned off. I don't know what happened.
I've been talking a lot, so I'll shut up and let you talk for a minute.
Well, I was going to say, I think, the good old Chromebook that I have is almost 3 years old. I think it might be that. It might be time for a new one.
Might be.
And then I won't be leaving you alone live anymore. I'm sorry.
No more K-pop hearts from you.
I know, right? I just turn off. Oh.
Okay, so you're telling the story about Nevin wants to live in the different seasons, which I totally get. When you popped off, I was saying that I know I missed thunderstorms when I was there because it rarely, does that, if ever. And then rain is kind of hard to come by too sometimes. But the warm, when he's approaching 50, he might feel differently.
Well, yes, but he says he'll have that experience in his life, that he'll move somewhere at some point where he can have the seasons.
It's good to live in different places. And I know some people love the cold weather. Like Jen, our friend Jen, our dear friend Jen moved away, and she always loves the winter, and she's talking about how great it is and all. And I'm like, ew. But she loves it.
She moved to a wintry place. It's winter most of the time, or it's raining.
Rochester, East Rochester she's in, right? So she's very now you're all video, audio not synced. But
really? Oh my goodness.
Oh, actually it's kind of coming back. Just a little bit. That's all right. I'm having the thunderstorm. Right. You're having the wireless issues.
And that's what we get for going live too. I love it. The excitement.
Exactly. This is what happens, you guys. You don't get a cut, pretty polished thing. You get all of our mess ups.
You're right. It's fun that way.
Like that. What is Aunt?
All right. So you were talking about, we were sent a gift, and this gift is called the Daily Goodie Box.
The Daily Goodie Box. I want to see what goodies are in there.
Look how big it is. I mean, I'm kind of small, but still. And I'm excited. This is like a company that gets good, healthy products together that are new and helps these companies get them out to people to try. So they're sending you like full-size products, and it's all stuff that I want, not like a bunch of Cracker Jacks.
Right.
I don't need Cracker Jacks.
Junk food. Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, exactly.
You want that toy. Shut up.
I do want the toy, but everybody else can eat the Cracker Jacks.
You can have the Cracker. Gosh, I have not thought about Cracker Jacks in like 100 years.
I know, it's fun, right? Okay, so here we go. I'm going to open it for everybody to see.
Box.
Okay, I'll show you what I have in here. Okay, so it's beautiful. First of all, they do a good job. They have all kinds of. Oh, I'm going to put my glasses on.
Yeah, put those on.
This is called an unboxing, isn't it? It's like an official thing.
Do you have like did they give you a coupon to share with people? Or they just sent you this? Did you just get this?
Yeah, they sent this to us so we could reveal on our show here.
Oh, but they didn't give
But yeah, it's the kind of thing where you sign up, and you do have to work a little bit for it. They want you to post, and they want you to comment on different posts on different social media. And then you do have to review the products and such. But you are getting, again, stuff that you like.
This is just, we're checking it out.
Yeah.
We're not saying go sign up with our coupon or anything like that. So
yeah. I don't have a link or anything like that. But yeah, there's like full-size products in here. Okay, so look, I got honey bacon protein snack. It's a plant-based protein snack.
Honey bacon protein, and it's supposed to be plant. Okay, that's gonna be a hard pass from me. But what else is in there?
I know, and for me too, because I'm vegetarian. But that's okay. I got the husband might like that.
It's plant-based.
What?
It's plant-based.
It's plant-based. Oh, I guess it is.
Yeah, they're just giving you that.
Vegan.
They're giving you flavor like that. Yeah,
I would eat this.
All right, you go, Gretch. You should try it.
And Nevin's a vegetarian too.
Oh, Nevin might like it because he was the meat eater that went to vegetarian, so he might actually enjoy that.
He's trying to help the planet as much as he can, make an impact. Okay, oh, these look nice. These are sugar-free dark chocolate caramels.
Oh yeah,
and they're called clean teeth candy.
They're gonna clean my teeth too? No, just kidding. I would eat that because there's chocolate. Obviously, I don't pass up chocolate.
This looks really nice, and it looks like it has erythritol in it, which that's not so bad as a alternative sugar substitute. I'm trying one.
Baked sugar stuff or sugar substitutes, I guess, alternatives.
Oh, it's really nice.
Does it have that weird aftertaste? No.
It tastes like not too sweet of a caramel, chocolate covered caramel. Oh, the dog just came over.
Smells good. Fruit by Keely.
Oh, this is always good. After bite for kids, but I'm the size of a child, so it works perfectly for me.
What do you mean after bite? I don't have my glasses on. Read that to me. What is that?
Oh, itch relieving cream.
Oh, that's nice.
Clean Beauty itch relieving cream. And it doesn't have a whole bunch of crap in it.
That would be good if it works. I spent $30 on one of those bug bite itch sucker things. I can't remember the name of it. I feel like it had like I might have thought it worked, but I don't know if it really works. What do you have?
Plant-based tomato jerky. Sriracha. So it's a spicy tomato jerky. What the heck? Okay. I would never have tried this if they didn't send this to me.
That I'm sure would go over big with jerky lovers as well. I'm not a jerky fan either. I probably should be a vegetarian. I don't even like textures of meat at all. But
yeah,
I don't like that. But that sounds
this
interesting.
Is 6 grams of protein, which is really nice because as a vegetarian these days, you can't live your life just eating spaghetti and bread.
Yeah, protein is
you can't. I know. And you can't just eat frozen plant-based pre-made meals either. You got to find it in all different ways. All right, that's cool. Oh, this is exciting. It's collagen powder. We were just talking about that I lost all the collagen elasticity in my face because of the chemotherapy.
There you go. And it's vegan? Because usually isn't that made from like animals?
It is. It's not vegan, which I'm open to personally as a vegetarian, that I will, because of my crazy health, I've done bone broth and all kinds of other protein sources when I need to. I don't chew it, but I'll just swallow it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
all right.
Nice,
so you got some collagen. That stuff's expensive, man. You go to the store and they're like, "Hi, it's $30 for this little jar."
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's probably a $30 pack. Oh my goodness. Okay, the kid's gonna love this. It's Crown maple syrup.
You say that's maple syrup. I don't need my glasses for that.
Aged. Oh my gosh, look how cute it is. Look how cute it is. I'm showing you next to my head so you can see.
That's a little taste. It's actually pretty big because I know your head is. I mean, you're little, but your head's normal size. You know what I mean.
My mouth is extra big though.
It is.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Nevin will probably find this and just literally drink it,
like he did with the Hershey. Didn't he do that when it wasn't? I don't know what kind of syrup. Probably the kind from that Trader Joe's stuff you used to get. Didn't he just like drink it one time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, look at this. Now this is very interesting. Are these 2 different things? These are 2 different things. This is called Sprayology, and it's a multiple nutrient vitamin support. It's an oral spray. This one is a vitamin, a range of vitamins, it looks like. And this one is a vitamin D3, and they're both oral sprays. What the heck?
Nice.
I never heard of that.
That's the vitamin D3 I've seen, in the liquid. So I imagine that's just with a little pump spray on top. Make it easy. Yeah, that's good. Because if you've ever taken the vitamin D and you hold it upside down, it takes forever for that drop to come out. You're sitting there waiting.
Yes.
Really
Yeah,
annoying.
it's ridiculous. Okay, and the last product, oh, now I feel really grateful right now for this because I have a lot of pain in my hands often. And this is a menthol cooling formula topical CBD lotion.
Oh, nice. Oh, what does it smell like? Is
And
it
it's
all
from
like,
Shanghai, which I know that company. We use their hand soap products in our house. So it's another clean beauty, not full of carcinogenics, which is nice. Oh, it's not so bad
not too
at
menthol?
all. Usually they can be really super crazy. I'm putting it on right now. If you can see, my thumbs are so inflamed. I got arthritis there. 51. Oh, that's nice. You do smell it, but it's actually very refreshing, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as long as it's not overwhelming. I remember walking by my grandfather in the bathroom, and whenever he'd finished, the whole like house smelled like this menthol. I don't know what he put on his sore body, but it was strong stuff.
Oh, and I got a whole bunch of coupons they sent. That's nice, and it talks about all of the information. Wow!
All right, that's
Thank
another
you.
goodie box. You got snacks. You have. I like the products more than the food myself. If I were getting
No,
that, I like products because
it's great. They actually they show each month what's coming in their boxes from the different manufacturers. And it's great. It's exciting. But
there you go. Also fun.
Box. It's very fun. And nowadays, honestly, since I've been quarantining so long myself, that it's the mail is really exciting to get something delivered or in the mail. Change your day for the day.
It's not an Amazon box.
Yeah, you don't know what's in it, which is exciting, So, yeah, that's fun. It's also really helpful. Not only is it gonna turn me on to other products, but like this really helps save money in my family to be able to get products I can use.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. It worked. Well, there's your goodie box.
Thank you. Yay. Thanks, Daily Goodie Box. That's fun.
Well, you're going to have to try the food and let us know how it is.
Look what Angie said. Angie says that the syrup looks like a Jim Daniels bottle.
We know what's on Angie's mind.
It did say bourbon aged, bourbon barreled aged.
Oh, was it? That's why then it was.
You got the visual, Angie. The branding.
She's got the smart little marketing brain like that.
Yeah,
figuring that out. Maybe if I put my glasses on, I would see that. But
I know. Oh, I just got a little CBD and a little menthol in my eye there. Oops. It's okay.
It's a little bit of a crazy day. How are you guys out there? We have some people watching. How are you guys? What's on your mind? I have a list of things to do after we get off, and I had to make. Because there's just so much. Oh, do you? You're good. We love our list. We were talking about. Do you guys love? Okay, so if anybody has
this,
struggles with some attention challenges, or any kind of really neurodivergent thinker, in my opinion, can struggle with executive challenges, right, Tracy? And then lists are so helpful.
Yep.
I mean, for everything.
I live with the lists.
Yeah. And when I don't, like the last couple of days, I've just been so busy that I've just been trying to do things. Made me a little crazy. Made me a little angry, actually. So the list, I wrote a list of the things because I need to get some things done. And then if you have a child that you ask to do things all the time, like clean your room, clean the kitchen, put your stuff away, all those things that we repeat over and over. The list. It's the list. Give the kids the list. I give her the list. Oh, we lost her again. She'll come back. I give my Luna the list, And then I have one here. So we're talking. So I got her list too because she was checking them off. I give her the list of things. Like instead of saying clean the bathroom, you know, like that's your chore, make sure you get the bathroom clean. Because she'll look at the bathroom and she'll like, you know, maybe straighten it up if she gets to it, but it doesn't mean a lot to her. She needs very explicit, and so do I. Like if you say to me, make dinner, I'm like, what does that mean? I look at the fridge and I'm like, that's too much, go away. But if I have a list and a menu and a recipe, I'm like, okay, I can get that done. And so if you have a kid that really struggles with that, getting their attention focused on something that they need to get done because it's not fun or it's boring because I don't like to cook, but I do it if I make it easy on myself. And list, here we go. I don't know where Tracy will come back. The list. These were her chores and I broke them up. And this was like Saturday. It was like big Saturday clean day. So it wasn't like everyday stuff, but I broke them up by room. I wrote down what she needed to do, like specifically, like wipe down this area. It helps her organize and get stuff done. And then she writes her own lists. So this isn't like even me just, you know, attempting to, you know, pacify my kid and, you know, make it easy on her. I'm trying to help her work her brain. Oh, Tracy's back. Work her brain. And then that helps her. Tracy's on her phone now. Wait, turn your phone. Can you turn your phone sideways? That would be the same size.
Let's see. It might actually turn me sideways. No, it works. There. Something's up with. I just keep getting kicked off of the internet here at my house.
That's okay. It went on. I showed the list for Maya Luna because I was talking about telling, you know, if I want her to do something and it's sort of a vague request that's kind of general, like there's a lot into it, and I can't just assume that she knows what that means and what to exactly get done. So even like clean the bathroom, it's not just a list that says clean the bathroom, you know, straighten your room, do all. It's like clean the bathroom was wipe down the sink and the mirror, you know, organize the cabinet behind the toilet, and, you know, take all the laundry downstairs. Like it had all of these things underneath. And then I made like a little checkbox and just left it. I didn't even like talk to her about it. I just left it on her desk so that, and said, you know, I left you, you know, a list on your desk that you can do after breakfast or whatever. When you like, I don't even put a lot of parameters around it because, you know, it's just, we take away our kids' autonomy enough that the more I can help her just like work her brain on her own schedule and on her own time is just really helpful for the level of cooperation in our home. So do you like lists, but does Nevin use lists? Do you do that with him? Have you ever done that?
He refuses the list. It's because I recommend it, probably. Yes, he won't do the list. I have tried for so long when he was little, especially. I remember when Maya Luna was about 9, they were about 9, and you mentioned to me about a whiteboard. So she had everything for the next morning to get ready for school written on that whiteboard. And as she got ready, she would erase it. And I just thought that's brilliant. That's like this, you know, a control thing that they're completely in charge of, and he just wouldn't do it. And even now, the whole physical writing a pen to paper or pencil, that he won't do it.
Yeah, I was going to say that actually, I remember that from now. So here's the thing with that. A list is a written list is our thing. But there's also, it's really important to make this accessible for your kid. So using their special interests, you know, what is your kid really into? If your kid's into sports, or if your kid's into space, you know, planets or science or whatever your kid is into, like working, you know, just making life fun. I know you're like, I learned a lot of that from you, like, because I'm so serious. I'm like, let's get the stuff done. And my kid can be serious too, so that works. But we also need to make life fun, and just enjoyable, not like on purpose, like we're trying to cram fun into it. But not everything has to be boring. Like cleaning our room could have some kind of a enjoyment factor, especially the accomplishment of living in a clean space. But
yes, he does love that. The after effects. He's like, oh, wait a minute. That's right. And it reminds him every time he cleans his room
what
or
works for
completes
him?
that task.
What helps him like stay on task?
Lori, that's what we're trying to figure out right now.
Really?
Honestly, and especially him being home all this year with his first year of high school, we are in the deep end of the pool right now. We're trying to figure that out, and he is too. He's working with us because we're all feeling frustrated because a lot of things are details are being missed and things not completed, including 1:30 in the morning feeding the gecko, because that's when he remembers to do it.
No. Well,
So
he remembered.
Well, right, exactly, at least. But that's something that I've been reiterating is maybe a list during the day will help you feed that gecko earlier instead of like getting out of bed to remember to feed the gecko.
Right. Or even just like asking and like putting a deadline on it. Like if we say, all right, this isn't working. What's going to help?
Right.
What can we do to make sure that you are reminded without me saying it? Because we know that they don't want to hear us say it. And then like, because I know my Luna might just like shrug her shoulders at something if I needed an answer. So it's like, okay, like maybe he doesn't want to answer. He doesn't know because, he might be like, well, I don't know. But then putting an end time on that so that he has to maybe come up with something. And then it might not work, but at least he's contributing and then trying something so that it doesn't sort of, because I know a lot of people say, well, my kid won't make a decision. It's like, we'll put an end time on that. And whatever the decision comes, it doesn't have to be the final. It's not the end of the conversation. It means, okay, let's try that. And then they might go, oh, that didn't work. Because you know what? I really didn't think about it because I didn't care. Okay, now I'll think about what might really work. Like it's their brain. They're just evolving. I feel like we give them so much to do. And we're like, just figure it out. You should figure it out because you're, 15. But they're not. They're like, they're so
But
little.
yeah, it's true. I see the difference when I leave something more open-ended. Right now, he's talked about that he wishes that he could be closer to his grandparents in Minnesota and my husband's parents. And so I suggested why not start writing letters? Because in my experience, I wrote a lot of letters to my grandmother growing up, all through my childhood and into college. And when she passed away, I got every one of those letters back. And it was not only a beautiful like tour through my life, but just to see the relationship and relive that and what I was always, communicating to her was beautiful.
To type? Because we know he doesn't like to write.
Right. Well, but see, I'm encouraging actual handwritten cards or notes because he also has talked about that he wants to practice handwriting more because there isn't a lot of opportunity for pencil to paper.
Yeah.
So here's what I've been doing, right? I made that broad thing of just like handing a blank card and an envelope smaller, the world, and I actually wrote the small note. Dear Grandma and Grandpa, how are you? Yada, yada. Love, Nevin. And I gave it to him and I said, you can paraphrase this, you can copy it directly, or it might just encourage you. And it worked really well. We got the first letter out.
He got the structure. He had I think that's what I was talking about. Like sometimes they look at it and it's like, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to write. I've never, there's all these things and then their anxiety takes over because it's new and then they don't do it. But like you giving him this example, which is again, in the same vein of like the list, it's here's the structure. Here's something you can follow. Here's a framework for you. That's awesome. And then he got through the first one. So that's a great.
It has been a week that the second one is waiting for him to do on his desk. But nonetheless, he's aware of it.
Well, or does he have to do it on a certain timeline? Because I mean, once a week, that might be a bit much, right?
No, not a certain timeline at all.
Oh,
It was just sort of like, okay, here this is.
yeah.
Whenever you want to get it out to them.
Nice.
So yeah, it's. I see that making that world a little smaller.
Yeah, I like the way you
at this time in their lives really helps.
It does.
It does for me too. Like you said, you do with my Luna is you actually put the specifics. When I make my list, I don't write clean bedroom. I actually will put the things in the room I need to clean because there's so many things I want to do in that bedroom. It'll get overwhelming to me.
Yeah, exactly. We need the list. The lists help us. And honestly, when I have the list and then I feel more regulated because I feel more clear about what I'm getting done and what I've gotten done, then I have more tolerance for, the immature brain that comes out in my kid, and like a lot more. Like it's a lot easier to be tolerant of that, of her immaturity, which is normal and natural and typical when I'm feeling like my world is. Although my list is organized, my house right now is very scary. Very scary.
Oh, is that on the list?
Honestly, no, it's not.
Well, let me ask you a question about this. So what do you do when you finish the task? Do you actually cross something off or make a check mark or erase it or leave it alone?
I do all of those. I will either cross it off. I will have it sometimes, like on my Luna's list, I made little check boxes and she checked them off. So sometimes I will just like check it. But yes, I always like mark that it's done. I think that might contribute to my motivation. I don't know, but I definitely
I was going to say, how does it make you feel to do that?
Yes. Oh, that's
check mark. That's the thing, right?
Yeah. I probably have a bunch of lists around with like that I have to clean up and throw out. That's also on my list, to clean up and throw out my lists that are finished.
You know what I do is I get a spiral notebook, and that's like over the last year, right? I'm like, I have 2 notebooks, and that's what I constantly have with me. And it's got everything in it, the lists, the notes, anything I need. But I tend not to throw those out. And then I got this whole notebook full of things with cross marks through it.
Oh, these are all my notebook journals. Wait,
wow.
I was just cleaning out, like packing stuff. And wait, I got some
That's
more.
impressive.
And I was like, oh, wait, one more. There's another one, just a regular one. So I'm like, so some of these have like ideas, but a lot of them just have lists. Yeah. So I'm a journal girl, you guys. I write a lot of stuff down.
Aww.
One day, there's a lot of my thoughts. If anybody ever wants to know me, they'll be like, just look in her journals. Now they're probably really boring, but I have to put all this down. Oh, and then, oh no, I'm sorry. This one, we've talked about this. I found it though. It's the Between Me and You journal. This is the journal that Maya Luna and I pass back and forth about.
You're kidding.
And they have them for sons too. They have them for kids, any kid.
So you can read each other's?
So it's got like prompts in it, and it has like, okay, I lost my glasses.
How cute. Oh yeah, you need
getting the journal. I don't know what happened to my glasses, but it's so pretty too, isn't it? It's got all kinds of prompts of like, there's like things in there that we wrote, like my top 10 favorite songs, and then she writes on one side, I write on the other. Like it has mother-daughter side. And then like, what did you, I can't read that without my glasses, but like things like, what did you, think you wanted to be when you grow up, or just all kinds of random, and then spots for you to keep, to start your own prompts. So it has the prompts, and then there's places for you to write your own stuff. And then we just pass that back and forth sometimes to learn about each other.
Cool. I've seen it for couples in relationships that share a journal.
Share that. Yeah.
But I've never, that's great.
I love it because sometimes, especially when she was a little bit younger, like between 10 and 13, we use this more. Not more, but I feel like we used it. Like now she talks a lot. Like she's very open and will talk to me about things. So we don't, we haven't used it in a little bit, but it was definitely just fun to, get her perspective on things. And I got to put all these journals down now. All of my books that I was just happened to be going through.
Wow. That's impressive.
So
I like to give a journal as a gift to somebody that I think will use it.
Yeah.
Like, here's a place for all your beautiful thoughts.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Yes. Or your to-do lists. I also have a lot of paper
Whatever.
around. Like there's just I have lists. There's lists everywhere for things for me to do. This is a list of things we were going to do today. We did them all. Oh, well, there's one I didn't do. I should have done it at the beginning. Can I say this? Do you mind if I say this right now?
Do it.
Because this week has been, the world is just like, there's just so much going on. And we have 15-year-old children. And I don't know if you heard about the teenager yesterday that was killed. And that, like, they're just every time they're just like, they just keep coming and they just keep hitting. And when it's happening to kids, like, yes, when it happens to people, it's awful, but it hits me even harder when it's happening to children. And then, I get people say, oh, don't, stick to parenting on your page. And so I just want to make it really clear that I support Black Lives Matter on this page. And if you don't, there are, that's okay. We don't agree. And I'm going to, I don't even know what to say to people anymore. I just keep kicking them off my page if they say racist things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to just be the person that shuts the door and makes those people get angrier and go away, because I'm the one that needs to engage with people as well and not be. But that's just how I feel. So a lot of people have been sending me messages and, well, I'm unfollowing you. And I'm like, well, okay,
Okay.
Black lives still matter, and that girl is still dead, and people are still dying, and we need to wake the frick up. So that's just how I feel. I'm really passionate. And parenting for me is political. Parenting is not it's where it starts. And if you watch the pandemic parenting event, I talked about Dr. George Davis. One of the things he said is if we could eliminate abuse, we could close prisons.
Right. Wow.
And he's got the data. So he's not just pulling that out of his, hat. He has the data to back it up because he works in the juvenile system and has for many years. So I just, I did, if you guys need what I did yesterday, I know ResistBot is always there from back in the day. So I texted it. I'm like, do you do justice in policing? And they're like, justice in policing. You want to write to your senators? I'm like, yes. Or you represent all your representatives. So I did that yesterday to support the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. And I'm a big letter writer. I write a lot of letters, but it still feels empty and hollow. So I just wanted to say that because I didn't want to let this today go by without acknowledging that a lot of people are in pain today. Still, even though that there was a very small step of accountability yesterday. We're still here. And
yes,
a teenager.
Amazing. These experiences, there's nothing like them that we'll ever experience again in such a time of transition in the world. It's beautiful and terrible all at the same time to see it all moving and going. And I've actually discussed this with Nevin that, things will be slowly moving towards more positivity and love all the time and equality. Maybe not in his lifetime, but there sure will be a difference between when I was his age and now, that he'll see it and feel it.
It's crazy to think though that they're not necessarily going to see it totally in their lifetime, and coming to that, I don't know. I was obviously living in my privileged bliss before, not recognizing that, people are living this every day with fear and trauma. So I recognize that, privilege that I'm stepping off of, but so I need to figure out, how I have to live in this new understanding of the world. which it's not bad. I'm not like saying, ooh, oh, is, you know, it's so sad. I'm saying there's just a lot, and I just want to acknowledge it right now. I don't want to like pretend it's not happening, because for me, it's very real. I'm a super opinionated person. I've always been very politically aware and active, but on the social justice end, like that's where my, you know, passion comes in. You know, I was like protesting religious cults that were abusing children. You know, the religious cult is like, okay, whatever, that's not a good, it's cults aren't good, but like my concern is the kids, because
Is kids, yeah.
so
Absolutely.
that's where I'm always coming from for that, because that's where I know I can do the work best. But
Yes, and you're so good at it. Thank you for all this work that you do. I mean, even meeting you when Nevin was 1, and just all of us sort of coming together to put these ideas to use was like incredibly amazing. And it affected the people around us. My next door neighbor that I lived at that time in Highland Park, they came from their background was much more
traditional, punitive, like very
yes.
influenced, like, you know, authoritarian,
Definitely.
male dominated too, right? Like all the
Oh,
kinds
very much, very
yeah.
much. But just maybe 2 years into living next door to them, I had no idea. But the wife approached me one day and said, "I just want to thank you, your influence and how you raise your child and your friends and how they raise their children. I see it, and it has changed our lives. And my husband is a different man because of it." Blown away.
Like
And they are. I don't communicate often with them now, but I see how different their lives could be now if they had not seen that realization and brought
the
it.
kids are old, like the kids now being teenagers, it's like,
Yes.
you know how easy it is to lose them when they're teenagers if we don't hold that bond.
Yes. Yes.
Soon.
So
and
it's
now
beautiful.
that's
It's
really
beautiful.
nice. But if you have
sunshine and joy.
Sunshine, joy, and if you have teenagers and you feel like you haven't, that you're not close with them because it wasn't so easy to parent in the past, it's never too late.
No, I agree. Absolutely.
Never, never, never. Takes more work, but it's never too late.
Yeah.
For sure.
Angie is communicating with us a lot in chat, but because I'm on my phone, because I'm having such crazy communication, I'm having trouble going back and forth. So if you see my finger going into the camera,
I want to see. Okay, let me put it on the button. I see her, but I have to
she
find
could see it. But
oh, here they are. I found them.
Yeah.
See, I'm making a lot of noise. I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, she said, so important to talk to our kids about what's going on. Oh, parenting beyond punishment is here. She says, my kid refuses my tools too. I have to go back up and let her figure it out. I might do something my way, but I don't weigh anything about it. I think that got mixed up, but her kid refuses the tools. Like, and my kid totally does too. And this was more like a list that I gave her. It's trial and error. And sometimes things like she's like, because she doesn't use the whiteboard anymore, because now she has like this fancy desk that like goes up and down. And so it has like these little folder drawers. Like she's all into her organization, but it's very much on her own terms for sure. Angie's saying she checks off those lists for sure. And then she said, so important to talk to our kids about what's going on. I wrote letters, I called and did the text things to the bot also. Thank you for talking about it. And she said, with people with their smartphones recording things, we're seeing more of what's been happening that we didn't realize.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because I think back to situations with friends that, things happened where, well, I don't want to talk about them because I don't want to expose somebody's private life, but things that happened that like hit me and was kind of like, oh, that's weird. Why would that happen? Not realizing the freaking gravity that it happens every single, day for this person because of what so yeah. And yeah, it was a 17-year-old that was the one that videotaped that is what she was saying. So she was just talking about, yeah, it is important to talk to our kids. And now, I don't know, Nevin's not, I think, as much on social media as my Luna,
No.
but I'm not sure. But so she sees, like, I'll tell her something and she'll be like, I know, Mom. I'll be like, okay, well, what do you know about it? Because I know that she's getting information. But she was judging commercials from the time she was like 2, because a commercial would come on and I'd be like, they're just trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
Like, don't. Now she watches commercials with like so much disdain. It's kind of funny.
Right.
I probably like erred to the side of like too much caution, but it was very. So now she doesn't even, pay attention to those, and she makes fun of it. But I know that she's still consuming media and that there's still unconscious stuff that's getting through. So it's really important to ask her, not just, oh, you heard about it, but what did you see? What did you see about it? What do you think about it? And I know that's not easy because not every kid wants to talk either.
Yeah.
Like having those conversations isn't always so easy for every kid.
It's so true. Yeah. We try to talk about that every day at our house when we all see something in the news and such.
Yeah. Or even when we don't see anything in the news. I think that's what we have to do, is because if we wait for it to happen instead of just being aware in our everyday lives and like being really present to what's happening and watching and looking and being, kindness obviously is important too. When we go out there, if somebody's having a bad day and then I go up and I'm just a jerk to that person, that negativity then just builds, and then the next person that they engage with will, what are the chances that they're going to be a jerk to that person? It kind of just spreads in that way. But if I pass on a little bit of compassion, if I have the tolerance and am able and am in that position, we lost her again. How do we lose her on her phone? If we pass that compassion and tolerance on, then that person, I know that I feel less stressed and anxious when somebody else comes in and supports me or says, how are you? Or, gives me that support. And then it gives me a little bit more tolerance to handle whoever I come in contact with next. That's my point. And now I'm back here alone again. Hi. Oh, no, she's coming. She's coming. It's been a weird day. Has this been a weird day for any of you guys, or is it just me? It just feels weird to me. Oh, hi. I'm sorry. Hi.
What a weird day. That is just...
I just said that. I'm like, it's just been a weird day, you guys. Is anybody else having a weird day?
Oh my God. That's the 3rd time it's just turned off. That is crazy. Wow. Yes. Well, I guess today is a day for self-love and self-care and relaxing and no expectations.
No, but if you can put some kind of small acts of activism, if you're into that and you have the time and tolerance and ability to do something that feels good to you, do that and take care of yourself. Is it time? I don't even know what time it is. It is. It's already like 3, isn't it? Is that what that said? Oh my gosh. We were checking.
Yeah, look at that. I know we started a little bit later than usual, but
we did.
And our wacky connection.
Wacky connection. Well, it's just been a weird day, and the clouds, it's getting dark again. Everything's rolling in.
Oh, look, I'm giving you a hug, Lori. Oh.
Back at you, friend. And back at all of you guys out there. Thank you for joining us live. Thank you for stopping by. Again, go visit the Pandemic Parenting event. Just go to my Facebook page, Teach Through Love, and you'll see, because I didn't post a link about it. I'll go on after and I'll post links for everybody.
So much wonderful stuff.
There really is. There's so much good stuff. And I'm not saying that
for everyone.
And co-hosting, but there's movement, yoga stuff, meditation. It's not just sit there and listen to people. It's like get involved, move your body, relax your mind, get inspired, and also learn something. So it's just, we're excited. We're really proud of being able to bring people, support and information. So, hey, I'll see you next week.
Okay. Yes. See you next week. And thank you all to everybody for joining us from all over the world and the country.
Everywhere, everywhere. All right, you guys, we'll see everybody soon. Take care.